Welcome everyone to your Mercury retrograde reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button. Okay, this is going to be a two-part reading over here. First, we're going to get straight into the collective of the basics of what this Mercury retrograde is bringing to the table for the whole collective. And then at the end, I will do your sign, okay, to see how that's going to affect you and your sign. Okay, so let's get in here. Table's already set. It's talking about that Mercury retrograde, which starts in Aries, okay, on the 15th of March, and then we'll move into Pisces on the 29th, and then it will be over on April 7th, where it will go back direct. And of course, it will stay in Pisces, excuse me, while it's going direct. So we have some energies coming through. So this energy is saying Mercury retrograde in this sign of Aries as we speak is hot-tempered, argumentative, right? Impulsive energy. Okay. Going to have a hard time right now with decisions, right? What's going on? So watch for those tempers to fly, whether it's from you or someone around you. Okay, so we're talking about that Mercury. So no matter what, we're talking about those miscommunications, technology, meltdowns, deliberating headaches. A lot of people get headaches around this time as well. So if you know that you're prone to headaches, that could also be from that Mercury retrograde. Overthinking situations. Be careful of that as well. Aries is also about taking that action. So it might make you feel like you must respond to things immediately. Okay, or others are all of a sudden feeling like they should respond to you immediately. So however it's going to be, especially when you know that it doesn't have to be immediate, but you might feel like, you know what, I have to go now. That's that impulsive action taking place. Okay, so let's see. Get us a couple of cards over here on this Mercury. Yeah, that confusion coming in, difficult decisions weighing you down. So, you know, it's a good time right now to just avoid people who want to confuse you, right? Confusion, blurring the lines between what is going on and what's not going on. And you're going to get that a lot when it's in Pisces anyways. You know, once it gets into Pisces, it's going to even be different because now it's going to blur the line between what's fact and what's fantasy, right? So let's see over here. This is a great time for learning new things. Okay, just be careful about your communication because there is going to be a lot of miscommunication. You know, if you guys are planning things, make sure that you are always a half an hour, you know, ahead of schedule, 15 minutes to a half an hour ahead of schedule because of traffic or jams or this or that. Right? So make sure that you are, you know, taking that logic, okay, and using it to the best of your knowledge, especially because when it comes into Pisces, that logic is going to take a back seat. Okay, so let's see. Going straight to Aries over here. Absolutely. But it can be a great time for learning new things as long as you're giving yourself, you know, those extra moments just to really, you know, take extra time and just slow down and don't be too impulsive because there's going to be a lot of restless mental energy going around. So on the Aries over here, it's about that challenge. Putting up a challenge, you might feel like there's a lot of competition around you. You might even feel like you have to protect your energy. Please do protect your energy during this Mercury retrograde, as all Mercury retrogrades, right? Have this way of doing things. So this is where you're going to find that I need to maintain some control within this situation. There it is, overcoming some obstacles. Yeah, definitely. You're going to have a lot of energy swirling around you. So you might definitely be feeling like, hey, you know what? Why does everybody want to argue with me? Okay, so absolutely. So you definitely want to ground yourself. Okay. And going straight into this Pisces. This Pisces is talking about, yeah, now when it starts moving into this Pisces, you can feel like, oh, okay, here comes that fog machine. Everything's my anxiety is rising. Clarity is now becoming confusion. There's that, like I said, blurring between, those, what's fact, what's fantasy, what's real, what's rose-colored glasses. You might even be getting that effect for some of you of where did I put my glasses? Oh my God, I lost my keys. Just literally the fog machine over here going off. So, okay, so yeah. And definitely feeling like there's a lot of emotions coming out as well. So also watch those emotions. People are going to be in high emotions anyways, but it just feels like over here everybody wants to argue. Everybody wants to, debate their opinion. It's my way, the highway, right? And then over here it's like over emotions coming through, which then causes all this confusion. And it's like, come on, Mercury's already making, enough confusion as it is. Now, instead of tempers flying, everybody wants to be sad, right? Confused, over emotional, sensitive. Why are you so sensitive? Right? Because now it's going to bring that all in as this sensitivity, as it is, making closure, as it's starting to end. Wow, I like that. It's saying now I'm ending. Now this cycle of the Mercury retrograde is ending. But it's also going to allow you to make endings as well. So that's where we're going to start right now and say, okay, so how is it going to affect you, my friends? Okay, so Sag, let's get in here and see what's going on using these new cards. These are called the Wild Harmonic Oracle. They're actually an older deck, but we're going to go ahead and use these. They were made in like 2006. Okay. Anyways, I use them for personal readings mostly. So anyways, let's get in here and see these. Fire of Air, Empowered Discernment. Right, the Ace of Swords coming out over here for you. So the Fire of Air card is asking you, what is in my best interest to cut out of my life right now? Doing some cutting, right? As the driving will ascends into the interconnected intelligence and an informed ability to make one's way is fostered. Okay, so this is actually asking you, hey, making choices that cut and divide things out of your life. Anybody who demeans you, anyone who's trying to tell you what you should do with your life that doesn't make any sense, people who are manipulating you, it is time to cut them out of your life. Okay, so let's get in here. This is going to be in your 5th house. It's going to start, Mercury retrograde is going to start in your 5th house. Okay. Feeling that creativity, that fun, but also wanting, yes, to have those milestones. Finding that harmony within yourself. You might even feel some childlike youthfulness coming through, but be careful of those who want to block you. Okay. You could even find some kind of creative, block in having fun. So if you guys are doing things that are creative, you might find Mercury is blocking these things. And it could cause frustration, right? Within that Aries. It can cause that I need to get this done. So something from your past, right? Putting those past behind you. But you could be feeling very nostalgic. Somebody could be coming back from your past. You may have an ex coming back from your past, a Capricorn. It could be a Capricorn, an Aries, a Pisces, a Scorpio coming back into your life, okay, which is like really confusing you. And you might say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to allow this right now. I'm cutting that out because we're not going to do this again. We're not going to revisit this, okay? So it could be a revisit from someone you loved as a child or something you did love as a child that no longer serves you. Feels more like a person, okay? But then it does feel like you also have these nostalgic revisits of maybe creative things you liked that you want to go do, okay? things that make you feel like, you know what, let's go do this. Maybe I haven't gone to a concert since I was 22. I want to go do that, right? Because that's going to feel like fun. Maybe I haven't been to the festival or the fair or something, and let's go do that. So it does feel like there's a lot of things that are going on that is going to make you feel like you want to recapture that moment. Okay, when we're going with this Aries energy over here. Okay, but just be careful of somebody who wants to manipulate a situation. There it is. Where's the demeanor? Why are they doing this? Right? Why are they bringing this up again? Well, welcome to Mercury retrograde. During the end part, when it comes back into Pisces, now remember, it's going to go backwards. So now it's going from the 5th house straight into the 4th house. So over here, you're going to, that's where you're going to probably pick up a lot more nostalgia. In fact, you probably pick up more nostalgia from the 4th house than you probably will from the 5th house. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It says it's time to cut away what no longer serves me. And I have to make some boundaries over here. Okay. So there is definitely something here that you want to express. And it does feel like someone's trying to open up a can of worms over here and wants to open up some wounds. Okay. They could even be coming back to bring up these wounds. Okay. Or maybe you just feel like you have a memory that brings up these wounds. It's time to hermit yourself, go back into a place of reflection. This way you can heal from that. Right? Because Mercury retrograde says, I want to bring back the past, but I'm bringing it back so you can heal from it. I'm not bringing it back so that you can feel horrible about the situation. In some ways, okay, let's kind of reframe that. Yes and no. Yes and no. Why? Because sometimes the only way that we can really grow from something is when we don't want it anymore. So sometimes when we do have these wounds that are open, we have to reassure that we can kind of, that we get rid of them, that we let them go. We heal from them. That way we don't have to feel those anymore. We're done with those. We've redeemed ourselves from that situation. Okay. Right now you are going to feel very overwhelmed and you could feel very unorganized at this time, bringing in some unorganization. You might even be dealing with people who are very unorganized and that could be definitely causing a tower. But you're also going to have this great awakening of where these emotions are really hitting you. Now here comes that Pisces energy of over emotions. You might start feeling over emotional. Somebody might be bringing this stuff up and you're like, why are you trying to hurt me? Why are you doing this? Unfortunately, it's going to feel like hindering. This is where you're going to cut all of that out, but then you're going to allow the reflection to come in so that you can so that way you can heal from those situations. Heal the wounded inner child for a lot of you. Okay, and that's where that 6 of Cups to the wound comes in. Okay, so, and then, we can get past these things. Okay, the right way. Really healing from them the right way. Not the wrong way. The wrong way is just to throw it away, pretend it doesn't exist, pretend that I'm over it. But then every time it comes back, I feel that pain immensely. Not just that sad feeling, but immense, immense pain. Okay. To the point where it's like, I can't talk about that because it hurts. Right. Okay. So it's time to re-examine, your history. Okay. That's what it's going to bring up for you, Sag. Okay, so that way you can heal from that. Okay, and then anybody that's around you that's acting harsh, it's going to, tell you, hey, you know what, we need to cut that out too because I don't need people around me who are degrading me or making me feel less than. Okay, really pushing up your Queen of Cups over here. Okay. Okay, my friends, until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.